Today, we wrap up our fall season podcast talking about your Sycamore Aviators with AD Andrew Ovington. Andrew, how are we doing today?
Doing great. How are you, Rob?
Good, boy. How about this? I think we're on 3 weeks of really great weather. It's just, I'm so happy for the kids and the teams, and just makes it so much more enjoyable to go out there and compete when it's just so nice out.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, it's just great. I mean, we had a little bit of heat early on in the fall, but this has been a great fall weather-wise for administrators, coaches, teams. One of the best we've had in several years.
Yeah, I think our first two home football games were pretty sweltering hot, but our last three have been perfect and sunny, and it's been good.
Yeah, I think fingers crossed. I think we've got another run this week, so hopefully it holds for all the teams and get everything in. So let's start. We'll run the gauntlet here. This will be our last show for the fall, and then we'll pick up December 2nd and start our winners series of shows. But let's put a wrap on fall. Start with football. Tough loss to Mason on Friday, 29-7. Currently as the 16 seed, but looking at Joe Idle, with a win, you guys could go up as high as a 12 to 16. So if you win, you're in, control your own destiny. And then a loss could be a 16 or not in the playoffs. So it's a big game for the Aviators on Friday against Hamilton.
Sure. So yeah, our final GMC showdown for Game 10 at Hamilton. Giving the trophy away to Green White on Friday, unfortunately, in the Battle of the Skies, but came out hot and then kind of couldn't get it done the rest of the day. But it was a good
I'm guessing this past Friday was senior night.
competitive game overall, and hopefully we can bring it on Friday and, like you said, kind of control it in the playoffs.
Yeah, sounds great. Well, best of luck on Friday, and hopefully they get to play that week 11 and continue their season. So good luck to them. Let's go to the pitch. Let's talk boys soccer first. It looks like Tuesday they'll travel to Harrison to take on the Wildcats 7 o'clock. You can get tickets at sycamoreaviators.org to head on the other side of town and support the Aviators.
Yep. So we'll take on Harrison in that game. It's a 3-4 matchup for D2 boys soccer. I don't think we played Harrison this year, so it'll be interesting to travel over there and see what they got. But I know our boys are confident. We played well at the end of the GMC schedule there, and looking forward to it.
It's interesting that they've kind of eliminated the sectional games and you jump right into district semifinals because your first game out of the chute's a tough one. I mean, a 3-4 right out of the gate.
100%. That's kind of like with the competitive balance realignment. It's just like you're not really playing too many sectional games like you used to. You're straight into basically almost a district semifinal. So
And as a former coach, it's been a few years, but those are early sectional games. Some of them could just be, I don't want to say they were a waste of time, but you almost, I think I'd be interested in a couple of years to ask the coaches if they prefer just jumping into the district semis and having a tough match right out of the gate.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. And there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah, I agree. So let's good luck to them. Let's go to the girls' side. Hosting Milford this evening, 7 o'clock at Sycamore High School. Tickets at sycamoreaviators.org. Come out and support the girls. I'm sure Milford's usually strong in soccer, so that'll be a nice match.
Yeah, we played them earlier this year to a tie, so it'll be definitely a even keel match. Our girls I know are excited, and similarly, they kind of played well towards the end of the season. Gave Oak Hills the GMC champs and a good run for their money on our home game a couple weeks ago. So I know our girls are amped up and ready to go, and looking to have a good showing and get a dub and keep going, keep
Yeah,
going.
great night to play. So good luck to them. Hope it's a victory. Great. So good luck to them. Let's go in the gym. Talk girls volleyball. They're traveling to Loveland on Wednesday. I don't know who their opponent is. Maybe you do, Andrew. But looks like 7 o'clock at Loveland High School.
Yep. So there's a playing game tonight. West Claremont and Walnut Hills will play tonight for the playing game on Wednesday, and then our girls team will play them and kind of go from there. And girls teams I know excited. They played a really challenging schedule, especially out of conference, and so kind of end of September, beginning of October was definitely a tough stretch for them. But definitely played well in their final game of the GMC schedule, and I know they're amped up and looking forward to hopefully making a little run here in the tournament.
That's great. Yeah, good luck to them. Let's go over. I know water polo wrapped. this weekend. Let's talk about boys and girls water polo.
Yep. So the regional tournament for state water polo is this weekend. The girls played up at Upper Arlington, and the boys played here at Princeton High School. The girls beat Princeton in the first game, then lost to Upper Arlington to kind of end their season on Saturday. The boys won on Saturday against Napoleon, and then yesterday kind of lost a tough match against St. Francis in the final eight there, with a chance to kind of go to the state final four next weekend. But they came out a little slow. They were down 7-0, and then kind of really battled back and got it to within. I think it was like 4 or 5 goals at one point, and then just kind of faltered off. But definitely a great battle on there and in that game. So great season for both.
Yeah, and I know in talking to some of the student athletes throughout the fall season, they sure loved having a home pool and
Yep.
getting to practice and play there. And it was probably great to host some tournament games.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, that's great. Well, a great season to all them. Let's go to cross country, talk boys and girls cross country. And I know you have some junior high information to update on cross country as well.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention our girls volleyball, the junior high. Our seventh and eighth grade team won our GMC championship for girls volleyball, so that's definitely something to be celebrated. And then our cross country team, same thing, won GMC, and then over this weekend they won the state cross country meet at the junior high level. So
That's great.
I'm really proud of them down at the junior high. On Saturday we had districts for cross country. Our boys finished sixth at Troy next weekend on Saturday, and we had one boy qualifier as an individual, Colin Shonshake, who will compete as an individual up at Troy on Saturday as well. So definitely a good showing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's good luck to them. The weather's been great to run. It's not too hot, and hopefully great success to them. Let's switch over to the links and talk boys and girls golf.
Yep. So our boys season's kind of been over for a couple weeks now. But our girls, they just had state tournament over this last week for our individual Ava Bessarel.
Whew.
She was tied for eighth, I think, after day one. She shot a 75 in the first day, was tied for eighth, and then had to kind of go through about 9 or 10 different girls on day two. Shot a 68, was the only one under par, and brought home a state championship. It was pretty incredible on her end, and the weather was a kind of an outlier of what we've seen. It was like 50 degrees and rainy and windy, and it was nasty. And I mean, it was just an incredible victory on her end. So kudos to her and her head coach, Matt Starr.
Andrew, did you get any feedback from coach or Ava on switching from Ohio State to NCR? If they liked it, I know they could probably sleep in their own bed the night before instead of having to be up in Columbus. Did you get any feedback on what their thoughts were playing NCR?
No, I talked to a couple of different girls and some other coaches throughout, and some of them were like, it's like, there's pros and cons to both. I think a lot of them felt that NCR was maybe, at least for the gray course for Ohio State versus NCR North. NCR North is probably a little more of a challenge for them.
Okay,
For the boys side, I think Scarlet versus NCR South. I think it's
pretty
two
comparable.
challenging courses. Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, that's so. Congratulations to Ava. I mean, my goodness, what a day two that she'll never forget. That's for sure. And bringing home the hardware, it's pretty exciting, right?
yeah, it's incredible. Anytime you can get a state champion, it's outstanding. And someone to Ava's, caliber of player and character was just really exciting too. So.
So hopefully, maybe sometime in the winter, have her come by and we'll talk with her on one of our podcasts because I think that certainly is worthy of having some accolades talked about on a podcast. So see if we can get her schedule in the winter, even though season will be over, but that'll something she can live with forever.
100%. We got to celebrate her a ton. So
Yeah, fantastic. Let's wrap up this week's show in the season talking tennis. Do we have anything on tennis?
tennis, we had Allison and Serena Sales compete at the state level for doubles this last week, and so they were in that state final four for doubles, and didn't bring it home, but they competed really well. Serena's a freshman and Allison's a junior, so really looking forward to them taking that next step next year and hopefully bringing home a state title.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, um, best of luck to them. And Andrew, thanks for taking the time. I know with the traffic that we received, a lot of people at Sycamore liked the shows, and it was great success, a great add to the website, and we appreciate the time, and we look forward to doing these again in December. So thank you very much. Have a great week, and best of luck to all the aviators.
Thanks and congrats to our cheer team who
Uh,
won their competition yesterday, and they got GMCs coming up. Other than that, yeah, all good. I appreciate you, Rob, and all you're doing, and hopefully you get a little break here the next month or so, and see you back in December.
Sounds great, man. Have a super week, Andrew. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.